Jody, how you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good, pretty sore. Some yesterday. Good practice, but you ever been in a practice where you wake up the next morning, your body's just like, dude, my back is sore, shoulders, arms, all
Yeah,
yeah.
I feel that
That's
way
how I'm
right
feeling.
now. I feel that way right now.
Yeah, but I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah. We had this is obviously a recorded show, so we apologize to anyone that upsets. But by the time this airs, I'll be sitting on an airplane on my way to Cuba, so it's going to be tough for us to do a show tomorrow, and we will not be doing one the following week, which is okay because I don't think there's much going on next weekend after so many weekends in a row with arm wrestling happening.
Right. However,
yeah,
that doesn't mean you can't hit the like and subscribe button, though.
Yeah.
Can you get even though this is a recorded show, can you get lost my train of thought. Anyway, let's hit it.
Super chats? We're gonna say super chats?
Yeah. Can you
No,
get
you
super
can't.
chats? Oh, okay.
No, you can't, unfortunately. It's only when there's a live show can they do that.
Got it.
So there might be a way, but I don't know what it is.
Well, let's hit it. The third weekend in a row where we had a arm wrestling pay-per-view event.
Yep.
It was East versus West. What is that, 11? Is that where we're at now?
Number 11, yeah.
I'm going to tell you what, man. There were some matches I was like, and here's the thing. You guys are going to hate me for this, but I did not watch it because I had to work. So it's what happens when you're a supervisor and, somebody happens to call out because we had that big ice storm and people couldn't make it to work. So I had to step in and work and stuff. So, yeah, I was kind of bummed out. But I got some results, though, and I was kind of shocked at what we predicted and what the results were. So if you care to jump into this.
Well, let's go.
So Robbie Topi and how do you pronounce that dude's name?
I don't know, man. Perdines.
Yeah.
So this guy, yeah. Well, we got, what did we predict?
I had Topi winning. You had Perdines winning. And Perdines won.
Ooh.
Let me keep a tally because right now off the bat, But I heard the victory that Robbie did get was on elbow fouls.
Okay.
So, but nonetheless, I am glad that he got a chance to get his feet wet on that big stage, So, and maybe you can learn from that, maybe not, I don't know. But I know once you get a taste of that, it's kind of like, you know what, I want to go back there. So kudos to those people who ever graced the stage on those big events out there. So,
yeah. Next up, we have
Marcio Barboza and Mr. Petrenko.
And what were the predictions?
Well, here's the funny part, because at one point we both said Barboza, and then you said last minute, you know what, just to be different, I'm going to change and go Petrenko.
And it paid off.
Petrenko
from a prediction standpoint.
I'm getting my butt kicked already. But and the thing is, though, it's been a while since we've seen. Now, here's the difference. It's been a while since we've seen Marcio on a East versus West stage, but most recently we saw him on the Knuckles Up stage.
Yeah, and he looked really good on that stage.
Yeah. I wonder if there's any kind of, or the rules kind of different when you go from one promotion to another. You know what I mean?
Not a lot, man. Like pretty tight over at East versus West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that. The next match, and this is probably not in order, but what we had in the poster. God, I can't even pronounce these names. Ichikiti? Yeah, I don't even know.
Ichikiti and Adderkhan.
Adderkhan. See, I didn't get, there's a couple results I didn't get. That was one of them. But I pick Ichikiti and you pick Adderkhan.
And we don't know the result?
I didn't catch the result on that one.
That's the one that I don't know. So let's just call that one a wash. Next up, Tainov versus Zurab? Or are we doing the Lynn versus Zirakashvili?
Yeah. Irakli versus Paul Lynn.
Yep.
I was going for Captain America. Didn't work in my favor.
And I went the other way.
Yeah, and you did. So here you go, 3-0. But here's the thing. I think I know why I need to be so neutral as possible. Because I always feel like, you know how much shit I get when I go against my own countrymen? It's one thing if it's two guys in the United States, okay, fine, whatever. But then when you go against your own countrymen, you want them to win so bad, but it's like going, I'm pulling for them anyway. And it's like, fuck. You know what I mean?
Yep. I do know what you mean.
So it's kind of like when Travis goes against Hermes, fuck, you know?
Yeah.
I know who I'm going for, but that might not be the end result. So, yes, Paul Lynn lost, but damn, you know, all I can say is damn, you know what I mean?
Let's talk Matt Mask Bortolato. What did we predict?
I didn't predict the injury. I did not predict that. Did you see the?
I did. He's got like a pec tear or something, or maybe an upper bicep head.
Right.
Yeah. But he's got some discoloration in that area.
Well, we both pick Matt Mask.
So we both get a point.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. I mean, that was kind of like obvious because had it been a left-hand match, then yeah. But
we both would have picked Wagner if it was a left-hand match.
Right. That's like you pulling Dave Chafee right-handed. Like, what the fuck, you know?
I probably have a better chance of beating Dave Chafee right-handed than Matt Mask has of beating Wagner left-handed. I will tell you that.
True. Now, Zurab Tainov, and I didn't get the results of it. There's a couple I didn't get results of, by the way. So,
yeah, I heard Tainov won that one,
and we both picked Tainov.
So we get a point there.
Yeah, I got 2, but you got 5. It's all right. Samusha and is it Madrov?
Yep.
Can't pronounce that name. I wonder, do they have problems pronouncing our names?
I don't think so, man. Ours are pretty easy.
I mean, you can have.
I've heard Espey and all kinds of weird.
Because you could pronounce your name Ryan, but it has like 4 syllables and like 17 letters, but it still says Ryan. So it's weird like that, right?
Yep.
You pick Samusha. I pick Madrov. Don't know the result. For some reason, they didn't really focus on those matches because I was watching Pradeep's show. He might have like glanced over it.
Oh, they glossed over it.
What's that?
They glossed over it, did they?
Yeah, there's some matches that kind of glossed over. I forgot, like the Prudnik match. Oh, they kind of glossed over those. But nonetheless, I don't know about that one.
Well, I know who won the Prudnik match, but we'll wait till we get to that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Samusha, you picked. I picked Madrov. Don't know.
Prokopchik and Tarasitis.
Ah.
I think you beat me on that one, Jody.
Yes, I did. And that was a 4-1. And I think, and I was looking forward because the original matchup was going to be Giannis Omlin's versus Tarasitis, but Giannis had to pull out because of an injury. So, you know, I'm thinking because that would have been the mastermind. That would have been your true chess game of an arm wrestling match right there.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I picked Tarasitis. Let's go. Next match, Oleg Zoik and
Tutberidze.
Yes, that one right there.
What were the predictions, Jody?
I picked the lefty. Yes, right. I picked Oleg.
And what did I do?
You picked Tutberidze.
And you won.
Correct.
Oh, we're
catching up, baby. Catching up, baby. 5-4, you're up. Another one I missed. Rhino versus Matsashenko.
All right, I know who won that one. What did we predict?
You had Matsashenko. I had Rhino.
Oh, well, I get a point.
Yep.
Because Matsashenko won that match. Now, here we are a little bit. This one was a little surprising, this next one.
I saw the interview after the match, and I was kind of like going, okay, so there comes a time, Brian, and I don't know, maybe I can ask your feedback, where is it true that one can take so many matches that, you know, you get burnout. And I don't mean like you don't want to be there, just to the point where you don't give yourself enough time to train or you don't give yourself enough time to rest. Is that a thing?
Yeah, but also father, like, as much as I hate to say it, father time is a real thing, man. Like, it's a hard thing to accept because, I mean, but you look at this sport. The sport is, I mean, Todd Hutchings is as old as John, but he doesn't have the mileage John does.
Right.
Michael, Todd, Devin, myself, we're all similar in age, and we're considered older guys. But John's been around longer than all of us by quite a bit.
Oh, he started. We don't. Not everybody started at the age of 13, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. Like John, has he been arm wrestling 40 years? Like,
that's an awesome feat in itself because, you know, when he was, you know, clanging and banging people, I was, you know, doing football and rugby and that kind of stuff. So, you know.
Yeah. So anyway, who did we pick?
We both picked John.
Yeah, and we both were wrong.
Yeah, he lost 3-0. Krasimir. Good for him, but
good for Krasi. I mean, that's a good win.
The interview was like, what? Because they interviewed John after the match, how he wasn't. It almost seemed like he wasn't prepared. That's what it made it seem like. And I'm like, you know.
Man, I don't know. Yeah. We'll see what happens with him next because I'm sure he's not done. I mean, Hagen's going to pay him a pile of money to come back over and do it again.
Then there's that. Is it because of the fact that, well, you know, I'm getting paid to go over here and do that? At what point I think John's probably the only person I know that can lose every match, but his legacy is already cemented. It won't be tarnished, where other people's could be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, how much, you know, like how many losses can one person take before it's like, okay, you should walk away from the sport, this, that, and the other, you know, things like that.
Well, it's not like he's going to do himself brain damage by competing in arm wrestling like it would be if it was like a combat sport, like fighting MMA, where, you know, guys to get told to walk away. But with John, you got the same problem you got with a guy like Conor McGregor. Mm-hmm. Who do you put him against? Because if he's not against the tip of the spear guys, is it worth the money to bring him over here? You can't just give some young up and coming guy to John to beat, because I don't know, maybe they do that opportunity for a young guy, but it doesn't make sense. Do we want to see that? Do we want to see a legend like John Brzenk be a gatekeeper for a division?
Well, that's the funny part, because when you watch Pradeep's show, they were saying what guys could be, you know, next for John, and Bacho's name came up.
Bacho is seriously good, man. Like that, I don't know if I want to, like that's a Krasi adjacent. Like Bacho is good. So bringing that name into the mix, you're just feeding John another lion.
Well, and then off topic, did you notice how the pay-per-views are like creeping up in price?
I did notice that. They're starting to get up there, and with alternatives out there, unless, I don't know, I think they're going to price themselves out of the market. If it's not obvious so far between the two of us, I did not purchase the pay-per-view. I did not have time. I knew the results before I would have ever had an opportunity to watch it. And I tend not to watch something where I already know what happened.
I kind of do, only because I'm just a fan. I like to know how they won. I like to know how they lost, which is this is the big gripe that Neil put up on Arm Wars, and they were like, you know, oh, Devin and Camille, and it was like, hey, who cares? Why are you doing this now? It happened a month after. I'm like, well, and I made a comment on there, said, well, guys, you do realize there's like 3 straight weekends of pay-per-views. Why would you put that on there when everyone's going to be focused on something else? If you want your product to stand out, you got to do it when on the weekends, nothing else going on. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and it's in a couple weeks you'll see that.
Right. So nothing's going on there. So I mean, I understand that aspect of it. But yeah, it's like, okay, I see if it was like, well, I think it was nearly $20. I think it was. Overall, not a
Well, it
big
was
deal.
more than that because it's American funds, right? So for us, it's quite a bit more.
Right. Problem is, though, is that when they first started, it wasn't that much. And now it's getting,
No.
and I get it, but thing is, though, I understand come April 20th, that bitch might be $30.
Yeah.
Because if you got the return of Travis against Hermes, you got Devin and Levon Part 2, rest assured everybody's going to buy that one, right?
Yeah. Then they probably will increase the price on that one.
That's just me guessing. But then, when you have back-to-back weekends of, pay-per-views, already, I don't want to sit there and go harp on that again, but we talked about that last week. Which one do you buy? Because I would have bought this one if I was home just to see Krdeka come back. I want to see how he fared with that. I want to see, the Todzilla match. Just on those two matches right there alone, I would love to see that. I didn't really care about the Wagner match because it was a right-handed match. He's not good as his left on the right hand. But even with the knuckles up, I want to see how Cody Merritt fared. I want to see Jason Merlot against Tom Holland. I want to see RVJ and Brandon Allen. So yeah, I got that because those three matches stood out. AWC, I didn't get a chance to buy that one because I sat there and did all that. Where I would have loved to see John Terran and Artem go at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
It is what it is. Prudnik
and Muratov. Is how you pronounce Muratov? Is how you pronounce that?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
We both picked Muratov.
And we would both get a point. I noticed that Ingen was putting the belt back around his waist. So here we are.
Spoiler alert.
There you
now
go.
We get to the co-main events, right?
Yep.
Shot in the foot once because Morozov and Krdeka, and I was, again, these last two matches would have been the reason why I would have bought this thing. But because I had to work, I'd have missed that. I missed fucking playoff football. But I did go to the movies, though, and saw Iron Claw. I did see that.
I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, that's a good movie. So, but anyway, we both picked Alex Krdeka. There were some stops he had, but I think there's a thing. Do you think there's a thing called table rust?
No, I don't. No, because hard to say that that's what it is, the way the match went, because I'm not sure how technical Alex is, but the fact that people are describing this as one of the best arm wrestling matches they've ever seen means
round one, yes.
Yeah, means Alex was in there, right? So it's hard to say, man. Hard to say. I don't think. What do you do now? Because you got those two guys that sit at the top of the division, and I don't know outside of Levon who could come back and beat those guys. I don't think Alex gets beat by anyone else in that division either. So it's them two. It's those two guys sitting at the top. I mean, you can try to feed them some guys, but I mean, Morozov has beaten everybody that you would consider a threat.
Right. We're talking left hand, right?
We're talking left hand, yeah. Okay. Specifically left hand. I don't think if there's anyone else that you could put against him at this point outside of a Levon if he's ready to pull left-handed. And I don't think Levon gives a shit, to be honest, about, coming back for that title. He's got bigger fish to fry right now. He wants to sit at top of that number one in the world with the right arm after his, his one last proving ground here, because outside of his match with Devin, I mean, what else is there?
Because it seems like Morozov, any person you feed him left hand, he's taken care of.
Yeah. Yeah. And Alex is the first one that really gave him a threat.
But has he pulled Dennis, though?
I can't even. I mean, Dennis would be the guy, but I mean, Dennis ain't the guy he used to be.
Right.
Yeah. So maybe if you build it up a little bit. But, I mean, for the time being, I think both those guys get some time off with the left arm.
And I think it's unfortunate because as much as you and myself are really all about the left hand, there's like, okay, there's not many to choose from.
Well, or, Travis comes back and smokes Hermes, but I don't think any of us believe that's going to,
If he does, then you're going to hear a whole bunch of shit.
Well, if he does, then all of a sudden that division is interesting.
Yes. Real interesting, because then it's like, oh, okay. I guarantee you, and then I'm going to say this. If Travis wins April 20th against Hermes, I'm going to tell you what. All the attention, not all, the majority of the attention is going to shift over to the left-hand division.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah, for sure.
Then, who's a dominant left hand, though? I mean, you would say Corey West, but he went to Morozov, got crushed, hasn't been healthy since. Want to see him healthy. What do?
You got Camille. Like, you could put Travis against Camille.
I think he has to go against him before he goes to Morozov, in my opinion.
Yeah. Maybe even Alex. Like, you got a series of matches you can put Travis in if he keeps winning.
Mm-hmm. You can.
Or maybe he just takes a shot right at the top. Like, Travis is not a patient guy either. Maybe he just tries to jump the line and probably gets that match if he asks for it.
And there'll be pressure on Ingen to say, hey, you got to do this. You got to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope to make things interesting in that left-hand division, you want Travis to win.
Yeah.
Because if he does it, then it's like, well, shit, now what? So, but anyway, we lost that. We both lost that because we both picked Alex. Now, the title match main event. Now, remember, title matches are best of 6, or you should say, I guess, a race to 4, how you want to, use that. So we have David Daddy Khan and Todd Hutchins.
Who do we pick, Jody?
I know who I didn't pick. I picked Todd to win, but that didn't go that way.
Who did I pick?
David or David.
So the official score for us is 8-5. And I win again. Didn't we tie last time?
I think for some reason, when it comes to like knuckles up, I win. But when it comes to the bigger events, I lose.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just I don't know. I guess Todd would go into a hook and he would just catch him and bring him back. I'm thinking, wow, shit. Damn, It's
a tough one, man.
And the question is, who do you put now in front of Daddy Khan?
Well, I'm just looking down the list of the other guys here. See, that was light heavyweight.
Mm-hmm. So do you put like freaking at what point does Ungerbayev get back into the race, or Prudnik, or when do they get back into it? Another crack
at soon, man. It's got to be soon. What about Petrenko?
Yeah, I mean, he looked good versus Marcio. I mean, this is all speculation, though, right?
It's all speculation. So we'll see. We'll see what Ingen puts together. But I mean, there's nobody in North America that springs to mind here.
Because if that class, Todd was our guy.
Yeah. Nobody's out there right now.
Just curious. Lachlan's way too big for that class, right?
I think he is now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if, and I got to say, April 20th is the one we're all circling our calendars. There's got to be at least one more East for West before that, right? There has to be.
No, I don't think so, because number 12 is the one where Devin's on the poster. So I think that's the 12 is the one. That's the big one.
So, damn, you got all of February, March, nothing from East versus West. Okay, because you got to have the build-up. I'm going to go on. This is where people are going to hate me for this. not that this might be a match that, you know, will be competitive, but I will go out on a limb and say, and this is the 105 kg class, right?
Yeah.
What if you put Ryan Bowen out there? What would happen?
Oh, man.
Just to give him fits.
I don't know.
He's not going to outpower David, but from
I don't think he's there, man. I don't know. You're going to get hate. You're going to get flamed for making that suggestion.
That's okay. I've been flamed before, so it's all right. It is okay. So, yeah, I'll get hate, but what else do you do? Because I don't want to say this out loud, but I'm going to mention this so I can get flamed twice in 10 seconds, right? Is it getting to a point where we're starting to just shuffle the same guys over and over?
I don't think so. I think there's lots of options. I mean,
I meant for title matches.
I think that Engen's doing a good enough job with the undercard that he has options.
Because there's so many questions out there. Undercards are one thing. I'm talking about for title matches.
I know that, but the undercard is he's putting these matches on with some new faces. He's putting enough of these on in the undercard that you could pluck one of those guys out of there, the winner, and put them into a title situation.
I'm only saying that because we haven't heard anything from Jerry in a bit, you know. So, and I'm just curious, you know, where does he go? We know that, hey, you know, yeah, he lost his last outing, but then he's just kind of training, hanging out. Do I get a call? Do I not get a call? Who do you put him with? I would love to see for Jerry to get back into the hunt, honestly. I would love to see Jerry versus like Vitali.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to kind of throw it out there. So I would love to see that match. But we don't know what Engen's thinking. You know, we don't know. So that's just, I don't know.
Well, we'll see.
But we'll see Ryan pretty soon at Knuckles Up. Whoa, yeah.
I'm going to get back, Jody, and we are going to do one show. So I'm away on the 30th, so we're not doing a show.
Okay.
Well, actually, that's not right. We'll have two shows before I'm gone to Texas. Two shows before I'm gone to Texas. We'll be back February the 6th, and we'll be talking about whatever the hell's coming up on the 10th. There'll be something, but we need yeah. I'm getting ready, man. It's almost time.
Burnett, right?
Robbie, you betcha.
Don't you have another match too?
Yeah. Adams.
Is that before or after Burnett?
I don't know what the order is.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't matter. I'm okay.
You know, but yeah, but I'm excited for you. Your first match out the gate in 2024. So
yeah,
that's always good. So I like that.
Yeah, I'm feeling good, feeling strong.
There it is. Cuban cigars and all, huh?
Cuban cigars. Well, my friend, we got to call it at this point. And thanks for watching, everybody. Little something we could leave you here before instead of taking 2 weeks off. So it'll just be one. And we will talk to you all when I get back. Don't forget to subscribe, hit like, and head over to Jody's channel and hit subscribe there too.
Safe travels, my friend. We'll talk when you get back. But you know, if some things go off, I'm going to be like, hey, bro, did you hear this?
I'm going to be there. You can still get a hold of me. I'll have my phone there, and I'll have Wi-Fi, so you let me know.
Because I already told you that one nugget before we went live, so.
Yeah. And that one is